Hi guys, so we're just going to run through some Pilates with you, okay? Now I'm going to base this at all levels. So beginners can start with their level 1, and then if you're a little bit more advanced, feel free once the levels have been offered to you to then take it to those higher levels, okay? We have to make sure before we go from one level to the next level that everything else is in place. So if you go from level 1, for example in swimming, where your hands and knees are staying on the floor, and then you're moving your arm and your hips are dropping, then you need to stay at that level 1. Don't compromise your posture and your balance just for the sake of doing a higher level, okay? So if you've got knee problems or back problems, anything like that, we can adapt exercises for you, so don't worry. I'll try and remember to give those adaptations as I go. I have so much going on in my head at one time, it's ridiculous. So yeah, that's it. We do a little bit of a warm-up just to get ourselves ready. We're not jumping around, we're just gently mobilising through the body, and then we bring it down to the floor where we stay for the main exercises, okay? So we've got about 30 minutes, all right? We should be able to get through quite a selection of exercises. We'll start by getting our posture and our core muscles in the right place. So standing nice and upright, nice and tall. Toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relaxed. You've got bare feet or socks, guys, don't worry about trainers. That way you can feel the floor better. You know exactly where your feet are, if your foot is turning or not. So toes and knees forward, shoulders down and relaxed. We are lengthened and upright. We're finding our neutral spine. Basically, that's the position where your back is going to be the most comfortable, where you've got that natural lordotic curve in place, okay? Next thing is your core muscles, your pelvic floor. That is the muscle you would use to stop mid-flow, okay? So I want you to imagine that muscle from within. It's almost like a straw. And I want you to draw up the pelvic floor as high as you can. So if you imagine a lift, you've gone to floor 10. I want you to lower it down to floor 5, down to floor 3, and that's where you're going to keep it. So you know, you can feel it's drawn up a little bit, but it's not too uncomfortable. Then I want you to imagine that you've got a belt around your middle, and there are 10 notches on that belt. So we're going to pull that belt into notch number 10. It goes as tight as possible. Comes out to notch 5, out to notch 3, and that's where we leave it. Again, mild tension around the centre of the body. Now, holding neutral spine, we're keeping our core muscles engaged. We then need to focus our breathing from our rib cage. So hands go on the ribs. Your fingertips are going to touch. Don't move your hands. I want you to breathe from the ribs. You're going to take a deep breath in, open the rib cage, and release. Deep breath in, and release. So that's called lateral thoracic breathing, okay? Breathing from the rib cage. So now we've learned all of the posture and the core and the breathing, we can begin to gently mobilise. So all you're going to do is pedal your feet one side to the other, raising up an alternating heel and allowing your shoulders to gently rotate one way and the other way. And then place your feet down, lift up onto your toes and release. Lift up onto your toes and release. Good. One more time. Lift up, lengthen the body and release. I'd just like you to take a nice wide step out and ease across from one side to the other. Just bring one arm forward and round, so you're mobilising the shoulder. Changing arms. Lovely. And then holding it in the middle. Arms out. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, lower down. Look to the fingers. And then breathe in and come back to the centre. Breathe out, lower down. Look to the fingers. Breathe in and come back to the centre. So you're lengthening through your waist. Lateral flexion. Okay, last one here. Coming into the centre. Relax the arms, bring your feet hips distance apart. Arms come up, take a breath in. Keep the hips still, breathe out, rotate one way. Breathe in, come to the centre. Breathe out, rotate the other way. Breathe in, come to the centre. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, return. And relax those arms down. You're going to stand towards the back of your mat or whatever it is you're using. Breathe in, tuck the chin to your chest. Breathe out, slowly begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees. Allow your arms to hang and relax like they're spaghetti. And then when you're ready, begin to roll back back up through the back, rebuild your spine, reach the top, relax the shoulders down. Nice long posture. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees, allow the arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, carefully begin rolling back up, rebuilding the spine, resetting the posture. So we're going to roll down, and this time we're going to make our way down to the floor. So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, gently roll down through your back. At your lowest point, just walk your hands forwards and down, coming onto all fours. Now your knees need to be hips distance apart. They are going to help you to balance, okay? Take a breath in. As you breathe out, push one leg all the way back along the floor, don't lift it, and then just breathe in and drag the leg back in. So you breathe out, push the leg away, and then you breathe in and drag the leg back in. All the time your back remains nice and flat, nice and still. I don't want you dipping and arching. Now if you want to go further, breathe out, extend, and then raise. No higher than the bottom because the body will drop. Breathe in lower, touch the toe down, and then draw the leg back in. This is one of my bugbears because people tend to put their knee down and just bring it straight back under. You're lifting it up straight, you're lowering it straight, and then you're drawing it back in. So you're lengthening through the core, strengthening through the core and the lumbar spine because you're helping yourself to balance. Next option, as the leg extends, push the opposite hand out along the floor. As the leg comes in, you're sliding that hand back into place. And then your final option, opposite arm lengthen, raise at the same time as the leg, lower and draw back in. So make sure your head and neck stay in line with your spine. Core muscles zipped up, with or without the arm raise, okay? You can just slide it along the floor, opposite arm to leg, remember? If you're lifting, toes, fingers touch down at their furthest points, and then you're drawing them back towards the body. So in your swimming, I'm just going to ask you please for one more on each side. At your level, use your breathing, full deep breaths. Once you've done those two, one on each leg, you're going to bring yourself down into a leg pull. Okay, level one, forearms and elbows, draw up the pelvis, but leave the knees on the floor. Level one, tightening through the core, belly button up towards the spine. Level two, bring those knees up. Not the bottom, bottom stays down and in line with the body. Level three, and please make sure your hands aren't going to slip, okay? Because at level three, you're coming all the way up onto those hands. Deep, full breaths. I want you to strengthen through the core. Pull in and up through the belly button. Tighten around the center of the body. Deep, full breaths. Don't hold your breath. Strengthen, hold it, breathe. And I'm going to ask you please for two more breaths, and then you're going to gently lower all the way down. And once you are down, you're going to place the hands in the small of the back. You're going to bring your legs together, okay, as close as possible. Once you get going, your head needs to be down, okay? So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs. Now your pelvis is pushed down a little bit, but I want you to draw your belly button up. Breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Then breathe in and lengthen, but don't lower, okay? Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and release. So if you can, head down. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and lengthen. Belly button button drawn up, guys. Imagine there's a raspberry underneath your belly button. You don't want to squash it. It's going on top of your ice cream later. Strengthen through the core. Working down the backs of the thighs and the bottom, so your glutes and your hamstrings. Double leg curl. Now you could do one leg at a time if you need to. And in your double leg curl, I'm going to ask you please for one more breath. Once you've completed that, you can lower your legs all the way down. Release the arms, forearms and elbows under the shoulders. Come back up to leg pull at your level. Level 1, knees down. Level 2, knees up. Guys, you've got to focus on looking down. Your neck needs to stay in line with the rest of the spine. So ideally, we don't want to be cranking our neck to look up. You're looking down so the neck is in line with the rest of the back. Deep, full breaths. Knees down, level 1, knees up, level 2. Up on those hands, level 3. Deep, full breaths. And I'm going to ask you please, in your level, for 2 more breaths. That is just a guideline. If you can only manage 1 more, that is absolutely fine. And once you've completed those, you're going to gently lower all the way down. Just trying to keep an eye on the clock while I was working. You're going to come down onto your side, and you're going to lengthen the body all the way out. Point the toes, head resting down on the arm. You're going to point your fingers, okay? Arms, legs in line with the body, so it's just one straight line. Hand there for balance. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs, keeping them in line with your body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, top leg kicks forward, and then breathe in and return. Breathe out, top leg kicks forward, breathe in and return. Now, if by moving that top leg, your hips are rolling, then all I want you to do is hold it still and continue to breathe. If you can go further, that top leg next time goes backwards, but you're not allowed to roll the body. Comes back to the middle, goes 1 in front of you, back to the center, 1 behind you. And then if you want your next level, both legs move. But remember what I said, you've got to have done the previous level perfectly before you progress on, okay? Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, we're taking it away. There is no set range on how far you have to move your legs. It is up to you. If you're moving them and your hips are rolling, they're going too far, okay? Side kick, working through the waist, through the core, the lumbar spine, also working down the sides of those legs. And I'm just going to ask you please for 2 more breaths at your level, and then bring your legs together and gently lower them down. You're then going to push yourself to sit, and we're going to come into an exercise called the teaser. I'm going to show you the base level first, guys, okay? So from here, lengthen your back, chin off the chest. You've got an even distribution of body weight through both sides of the bottom, okay? You're going to breathe in, tilt back, and you're going to lift 1 leg and have your arms parallel to the leg. Point the fingers, point the toes. The other leg has stayed in place. You're going to breathe in and tilt, and then you're going to breathe out and come all the way back up without moving the arms or the legs. The movement is coming through the back and from the core. Breathe in and tilt. We will swap legs, so don't worry. And then breathe out and come all the way back up. Now that's your first level, okay? So choose what you're going to do, because if you want to go all the way, then you've got both legs raised in a full teaser, okay? I wish they were Maltesers, I'm very sorry they're not. So both legs up, at that higher level. Breathe in to tilt and lower. Breathe out to lift up. Don't let those arms and legs lower. Now if you're working just with the one leg, because you're sensible and the two leg option hurts, you're going to do one more with that one leg up, please. Good. Oh. Then you're going to allow that foot to lower. Then when you're ready, please change sides. So breathe in, tilt, bring that leg up, in line with the opposite knee, arms parallel to the leg. Breathe in and tilt, chin stays off the chest. Breathe out, come all the way up. Breathe in and tilt, don't move the arms and legs. Breathe out and gently come back up. You're only going down as far as comfortable for you. Because however far you go down, you've got to get back up without moving the arms or legs. Breathe in to tilt. Breathe out to come back up. Strengthening through the core, through the lumbar spine. Use your breathing, don't rush. And I'm going to ask you please, for one more repetition, if you've got both legs lifted, 1 foot at a time, carefully comes back down. Once you've completed that, you're going to carefully come all the way down onto your back. And can you please bend your legs for me? Feet down, find your neutral spine, comfortable back, okay? Shoulders down and relaxed, core muscles in place. Breathe in, as you breathe out, lift one leg to a right angle. You should be able to reach your knee, soft elbow. If it's quite bent, it's too close. If you can't reach it, too far away. So you should be able to reach it with a soft bend to the elbow. Don't let that heel drop, guys. Right angle. You are already working your core just by having your leg here. But if you want to go further, breathe in. You can breathe out, lengthen and hold. Legs parallel. So don't have that leg right down there or right up there. Legs, knees parallel, okay? You can stay here or bring up the upper body, chin off the chest, palms face down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little pushes. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's too much, bring it back to bent. You can still keep the pulse. If you want to go further, you can have both legs raised. They can both stay bent, or one straight, one bent. So this is your highest level, okay? Chin off the chest. Make sure the core stays drawn in. Otherwise, just keep that one leg raised, straight or bent. With or without the little pulse. Core muscles engaged. Draw up, draw in. 2 more breaths with this leg. If you've got both legs lifted, take 1 foot back down. Allow the upper body to lower. Bring the leg back to bent. Place the foot down. So the other leg comes up. Breathe in. Breathe out, right angle. Are you staying here? Is everything in place? Are your core muscles engaged? Is your back still neutral and comfortable? If you want to go further, leg goes out 45 degrees. Knees in line with each other. Want to go further, bring up the upper body, chin off the chest, breathe in, breathe out, push the hands down. Breathe in, breathe out, push the hands down. If you want to go all the way, that other leg is coming up, make sure you don't drop that heel. Breathe, chin off the chest, breath in, breathe out to gently push those hands down. Don't have to have that leg lifted. You don't have to have the other leg straight. You can remain level 1 with just that leg in place. Core muscles are working here. Deep, full breaths. I'm going to ask you please, in your level, for 2 more breaths. Deep, full breaths from the rib cage. And then if you've got both legs lifted, one leg comes down, upper body lowers, leg returns to bent, and then place the foot down. You're going to breathe in, you're going to breathe out, you're going to lift one leg up. Now you're going to keep that leg in a right angle. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you touch the foot down. As you breathe in, you bring it up. But you are not moving your knee. Keep a right angle. Imagine there's a ball stuck behind the knee. Breathe in, breathe out, touch it down. Breathe in to lift it up. Breathe out, touch it down. Keep that movement coming from the top of the leg. Breathe in to lift it up. If you want to go further, the other leg comes up, but we're going to keep it still, okay? Breathe out to lower, breathe in to lift. If you want to go further, bring up the upper body, just keep it nice and still. Remember, you're breathing full deep breaths, so your movement is slow and controlled. Breathe out to lower, breathe in to lift. And with this first leg, I'm going to ask you please, for one more, if you've got both legs up, you can come straight into the other leg, as long as you're comfortable. Everyone else, we take that first leg down, and we bring the other leg up into right angle. We breathe in, we breathe out, touch it down. Good. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out, touch the foot down. Keeping the core muscles in place. Shoulders down and relaxed. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. If you want the other leg there for the next level, you can. If you want the upper body raised for the next level, you can. You've got to work where you feel comfortable. It's got to be smooth and controlled. Use your breathing to dictate your pace, okay? Don't move too fast. So in your scissor, this is called, working through your core, your lumbar spine. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. If you've got both legs raised, 1 foot at a time comes down. If you've got the upper body raised, that lowers down. And then please feel free to give yourself a nice long body stretch. When you are ready, you're going to be turning onto your other side, and we're lengthening out the body into a nice long line, resting the head down on the arm. Breathe in, breathe out, raise both legs. Don't let the hips roll. Hand is there for balance or not. Breathe in, breathe out, kick the leg forwards, breathe in and return. Now don't take it for granted that because you can do a high level on one side that you can on the other. Because sometimes, take the leg back, sometimes the body just isn't strong enough on each side. Sometimes you've got one stronger side than the other. So go through the levels. Then if you're able, it comes forwards and then it goes backwards. Without rolling the hips, keeping the core engaged. And then if you want to, you're going all the way. Both legs moving, one is going forwards, one is going back. Hand, maybe you're able to take that away. The movement might become smaller when you take the hand away because you have got to stay balanced, you've got to stay central. Breathe out to kick, breathe in to return. Or just hold those legs still. If the kick is too much, just hold it still. You have got just the top leg on its own as an option. If it feels uncomfortable when it goes backwards, just stick with the forward movement. And I'm just going to ask you please, for 2 more breaths. Then bring those legs together. Hold. Deep, full breaths, don't hold your breath. And gently lower. Good. From there, you're just going to bring yourself round into a box position. Back nice and flat. All we're going to do is gradually bring ourselves to stand. Please don't rush. You're going to curl your toes under, push yourself back into a crouch position, hold on to something if you need to, tuck the chin in, place the feet flat and gradually begin the process of rolling up. Rebuild your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up into that nice, lengthened, tall tower. Once you're up, relax your shoulders down. Make sure you're finding that neutral spine once again and those core muscles. As you go about the rest of your day, whatever day it is for you, whatever you've got planned, whatever time of day it is, I want you to try and remember, core muscles engaged, neutral spine in place, so your posture is good throughout your day. Lift up onto your toes and balance, and gently release. Lift up onto your toes, balance, good posture, core strength improves your balance, okay? Good. So this time you're going to lift up, balance and hold, and then just close your eyes if you can, test your balance a little bit, and release. Well done. And that is you done for Pilates today. Pick out the levels that you feel comfortable with, listen to your body, and just enjoy it, okay? Well done, take care, and we'll see you again soon.